Hello, everybody, and welcome to our webinar. In today's session, we'll see everything you need to get started with TalentLMS. But before we go through today's agenda together, let's start with some proper introductions. I'm Anastasia. I'm a customer onboarding specialist here in TalentLMS, and I'll be hosting today's session with my dear colleague Danny, who also has something exciting to share with you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining today's session. I'm Danny, a Customer Success Manager here at TalentLMS. As Anastasia said, we've got a lot to cover today, but before we get into that, I want to shine a light on something very special, and that is the TalentLMS Training Excellence Awards. These awards celebrate the amazing ways our customers use TalentLMS to upskill teams, solve real business challenges, and create impactful learning experiences. From onboarding to compliance, from sales training to DEI, our users are doing outstanding work, and we want the world to know about it. Whether you're training a team of 1 or 100, or if you're doing something you're proud of, submit your story, and you'll get the chance to be recognized by a global audience and showcase your team's achievements. All our winners will win a digital badge and trophy, an exciting prize of 5 consulting sessions, 5 spaces for consulting sessions with L&D expert Stella Lee, tailored to help drive even greater training success. Our submissions are open until the 19th of August, 2025. So just head to our website, find the Training Excellence Awards section, and go ahead and submit. To make things very easy for you, we've just dropped the link in the chat for you today. So we're really looking forward to your submissions. If you're not sure if your program is award worthy, trust me, every learning story matters.
Thank you so much, Danny, for sharing this exciting news. So before we move on here, just a reminder, this webinar is recorded and it will be sent to you all by email once it's over. So feel free to share it with anybody who wants to get started with TalentLMS and deliver successful training. A live Q&A will be taking place during the session. So this webinar is your chance to ask any questions about TalentLMS. We have our team, Irini and Yanis, who will be answering all your questions in the background, and some of them will also be answered by us live. So feel free to use the Q&A button in order to ask us your questions. You will find it at your meeting controls on your screen. Now, let's see a little bit what we are going to cover today. So today's agenda, we will start with how we can create AI-powered courses and share them with your users. Then we will see how you can configure and organize your TalentLMS account. And we'll end up with measuring the training progress via TalentLMS reports, and of course with the live Q&A. Now, before we jump into the TalentLMS system and give you all the insights, let me give you some information about what TalentLMS is. TalentLMS is an award-winning cloud learning management system. Our customers use it to train their own staff, customers, and partners, and all that can be achieved in one same portal. It's very intuitive, easy to learn, and fully customizable. Currently, more than 70,000 teams find success training their users with TalentLMS. Now, let me change my screen. Okay, now I'm sharing. Okay, I hope you can all see my screen. And what you are seeing now on my screen is the entry point for your users. Before we jump into the system and explore it together, let's take a look at this entry point and how learners can access your TalentLMS portal. What you see right now is the homepage, aka the login page. You can fully customize your homepage with your own content, make it attractive, and share interesting information with your learners before they log into the system. So as soon as you create an account for them, they can click on the login button appearing at the top right of the screen, and they can enter their credentials in order to enter the portal. Today, I will be logging in as my favorite learner, Stacy. And as soon as the learners enter the portal, this is what they are going to see. So this is the learner's dashboard, and they will have access to some widgets with the recent course activity, some metrics about their training progress, two calendar widgets with any events happening today and any upcoming events, and a pie chart with their training progress. At the left, at the menu here, they can click in My Courses and find the courses that you have assigned to them. They can also select to view it under the categories if the administrators have created categories for the courses. And they will have access to the course catalog by clicking this button. And from here, they can get any extra courses they would like to check out and complete. Now, again, if the administrators have created categories, this makes the life of the users easier because they can click on a topic that they are interested in, and they can check out the course like this with the description, and also get it from here. Now, next to their name, they can have access to the gamification button. This is a feature that the administrators, again, will need to activate. And as soon as they click that, they will see their different points, levels, badges, completed courses, and certificates. And this is the leaderboard where they can see where they rank and also how to collect more points, level up, or get more badges. The learners also have access to their progress report by hovering over their name and clicking on My Progress button. So here they will find an overview with some widgets again with the metrics of their training progress, the courses they're enabled, all the learning activities they are added to, badges, and the certificates they have taken after completing the courses, which they can download or share via LinkedIn. And there is a timeline tab to check on their activity log. From the overview tab, they can also export in Excel this report in order to have it in their computers. So that was a very quick view of the learner's dashboard. If you are interested in a more detailed view of the learner's journey with TalentLMS, you can find the link right now shared in our chat in order to check one of our masterclass webinars about the learner's journey. And with that said, I will pass the mic to Danny, who will show us how we can create courses in TalentLMS effortlessly with the help of the AI.
Thank you very much, Anastasia. So I will also share my screen with you as well. So let's see how we can create courses in the new TalentLMS interface. We can do this as an administrator or an instructor in the platform. As we can see, I'm logged in as an administrator. And this is very easy. We can click here from our widgets to add course, or we can navigate to our courses section over here, and then simply click on add course. And this takes us to the landing page of our course creator. And what we can do now is we can begin by adding a title to our course. So getting to know Talent LMS, for example. You can add a title. You can also go ahead and add a description and upload your own image, or you can also take advantage of the AI tool here to generate a description for you based on your course title and an image as well, which we see that is generating in the background. Now, before we go and add content to our course, let's do some essential course setup first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to the course options over here. And we're going to go over to the limits tab over here. Now, by default in TalentLMS, courses do not have time limits on them. So if you have any time-sensitive courses, you have the option here to set a limit for them. You can set a time limit in days, or you can go ahead and select a more specific time frame with a start date and an end date for your course. Now, if you have courses in TalentLMS that are going to have some kind of certification, you can go ahead to the completion tab over here, and you can go ahead and add a certificate. So you can add certificates to your course from here. TalentLMS also allows you to upload and design your own certificates, and Anastasia will mention a bit more about that later on. For now, I'm just going to add a certificate. And once we've added a certificate, we can also add a duration for the certificate as well. So if you have courses with certificates, you can have them expiring after a certain amount of time. This can be a custom duration or after the standard durations we have here. And by setting a duration, you can also then automatically reassign the course to the users before the certificate expires or when the certificate expires. Okay, now one more important thing before we move on. If we head on over to the info tab over here, by default in Talent LMS, your courses will be displayed in alphabetical order. If you want to change that, what you can do is you can make use of the course codes here. The course codes allow you to create codes for your courses using a combination of letters and numbers. And this course code will then override the alphabetical ordering of your courses. Okay, so that's a great way if you want to display your courses in any particular order. Very important, always make sure to save your changes before moving on. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to look at how we can create some content. To save some time today, I'm going to show you a course that I've already been working on, which is this one over here. We'll go and edit the course. Now, a good practice, if you are in the middle of editing courses and you want to make sure that your users are not accessing these courses while you're editing them, is to go over to your course options again. And if you go down to the, info tab over here, you have the activation status. So you can simply deactivate the course to prevent anyone accessing it while you're making any changes. So now let's have a look at how we can add content. If I click on the add button here, this is where we can add our standard content. This includes video, audio, presentations, and iframes, for example, so embedded content from external sites within your courses. And here is what they might look like. So here's an example of a video that you can add. Here is an example of a presentation that you can add. And here is an example of an iframe unit, which I've embedded in my course. Now, we also have the TalentCraft feature here, which we're very proud of here at Talent LMS. TalentCraft is a tool that allows you to create engaging content for your users at the click of a button. And it's also powered by AI as well. So you can leverage this power to create courses as you wish based on the prompts that you give the AI. So let's take a quick look now at how we can actually use the TalentCraft tool. Before I go into these options in more detail, let's go and generate simply a unit with AI. So we're going to generate using a prompt. I'm going to stick with my course theme. So we're looking at the flipped classroom today. And we're going to start creating. As you can see, the AI is thinking, and now it's going to generate our components for us. I'll let that work in the background because I'd like to show us, to save some time, something that I created earlier, again, using the AI prompt to generate a unit. So as you can see here, we have a combination of different elements. We've got images and texts combined with some quotations, some more engaging visual stimulus here. So the flashcards, we've got images and text on the back, as well as some engaging mini quizzes through the unit to keep your users engaged and to check their knowledge. Scrolling down, we have another combination here of flashcards with some text and another mini quiz, as well as some further text here. We've got some mini slideshows that deliver short bursts of information to our users, as well as some images here to demonstrate some key concepts related to my course unit as well. And what you will notice is you can go ahead and, of course, you can add to these units. As you can see scrolling down, I've added some further content as well. I'm going to show you how you can do that in a while. Now, if you are looking at the text here and perhaps you want to make some adjustments, you can always head over to the formatting tool over here, and you can use the formatting tool to improve the writing. You can use it to create a question from the text that you have highlighted. You can translate into other languages if you feel you want to have that translated. You can also change the tone of the text as well. So many possibilities there. And if many eagle-eyed viewers today have also noticed, you also have in the toolbar the option there to create, using the AI, various elements, again, using different prompts. Okay, now let's go back into a TalentCraft unit over here. So I showed you how to generate with AI. If we start from scratch, very simply, this is how we can add our elements. And as you can see, all of the elements that we saw before, the videos, for example, the questions, the flashcards, and of course the AI prompt that I showed you before. So with the click of a button, you're able to create the content seamlessly for your learners. Let's have a look at the other options just to cover everything today. We have import from document. This allows you to import from either Word or PowerPoint or PDF straight into Talent LMS, and that will convert the content of those files into a course unit for you using the AI. And if you are wanting to try out TalentCraft and you need some ideas, you can always use one of our custom templates over here. So if I click on here, it will give you a template that you can work with if you need some extra inspiration for your courses. So that's it for TalentCraft. If you want to take a look in more detail on how we build courses, how we use TalentCraft, the different content types available, we had two recent webinars on the Instructor Toolkit Masterclass, which my colleagues will be sharing in the chat shortly. You can watch them on demand, and they cover all of the different elements when it comes to creating courses there. So I definitely recommend watching them. Now, as we know, as course creators, as LMS users, we know that it's not just about delivering content to the users. It's always about engagement, and it's always about feedback and evaluating our learners at the same time. And this is exactly where our learning activities come in Talent LMS. So we can also add to our courses a variety of tests, surveys, and assignments, for example, to get this feedback to evaluate your learners as they go through their learning journey. So I'm going to show you a quick example today of how we can add a test unit to our Talent LMS unit course here. So I'm going to call this quiz. And straight away, we have different options for test questions. We can go with the classic multiple choice. So do you like Talent LMS? Hopefully the answer will be yes today. And we can save the question as we see here. And then of course you can go ahead and add further questions. Now the great thing about Talent LMS is you can also recycle existing questions. So if you have already created questions in other courses, you can go ahead and use any of these existing questions within this new test. So it saves you a lot of time there. As you can see, I've added 3 existing questions that I already have. And very exciting, we also have the AI tool. Now, the AI tool, when it comes to developing tests, we have 2 different options available to us. We can use a description, so we can use a prompt to generate, again, some questions based on the prompt. And we can also define the number of questions. So let's generate 3 more questions on the flipped classroom, for example. As you can see, the AI is working in the background to then generate these questions that we can use within the test. Now, there's another option available here, which is from content. We can also use the AI to generate questions from the units we have already created within inside our course. So from our content units, from our presentations, for example, from our TalentCraft units that we created before, we can also use the AI to generate questions specifically based on these units. And we can also specify the number of questions. And we also have an additional feature here where you can define the language as well. As you can see, we have regional languages based on your needs as well. So you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to stick with automatic English for today. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to generate 3 more questions from our previous units in this course as well. And there you have it. So very quickly, as you can see, we've been able to generate a test with a variety of different questions with the help of AI and with the help of the built-in tools to Talent LMS as well. Now, a quick note on tests. You can always, when creating a test, head over to test options, and this will allow you to configure the test even further. So you can set a duration of the test if you want to. You can alter the passing score. You can randomize the questions, for example, and you can also determine the feedback that is given, for example, when the test is passed or if it's not passed. If you'd like some more guidance on how to work with tests, I would definitely recommend our Seamless Learner Evaluation webinar that covers how we can create tests effectively and covers a lot of the things that we've been talking about today in evaluating learners. So my colleagues in the background will be sharing this with you as well. So now that we've created our content and our test, there's just a few steps left for us when creating the course. The first thing would be to publish the course. So this will activate the course again, make it available to our learners, and then we can go ahead, of course, in enrolling our users. So we can click on the users button over here. We can see the users that are already enrolled into the course. And if you want to enroll further users, we can click over here and we can either add the users one by one by clicking the add button here, or we can use the mass actions button to enroll them in bulk as well. So the choice is yours when it comes to that. And that's pretty much it. Once you've published the course, you have a couple of neat tricks that I can show you before I hand back to Anastasia. You can view the course as a learner. So if you want to get an idea of what the end user is going to see, you can always click this very useful I button over here to get a sense of what the course is going to look like and scroll through and have a look at the content yourself. And a nice little trick here, if you're happy with the course, and perhaps you'd like to make some copies, we have the ability here to clone and translate courses using the AI feature there. And as you can see, if you're very happy with the course and you want to roll it out perhaps in other languages, you have this feature available to you as well. So another little trick once you've completed your courses. And with that, I'm going to hand the mic back to Anastasia, who's going to take us through a bit more of the portal structuring.
Thank you so much, Danny. Let me share my screen once more. So there we go. And now you will notice that I'm logged in as an administrator, because now we will talk about the admins and the essential setup they need to do in order to have a functional portal. Admins are the responsible persons for every aspect of the site. So in order to start with the setup, we need to click on the account and settings, because this is where all the magic happens. Now, as you can see, there are several tabs to explore here, and we will focus on the most important things today. But of course, if you have any follow-up questions about the settings, feel free to send us an email to onboarding@talentlms.com. Now, at the first tab, the portal tab, and here at the first section, this is the name of our site and maybe a site description that we can add in order to appear in any search engine results, the name of the domain. And if we scroll a little bit further down, this is the branding section where we can upload the logo, the favicon, and we can also select the theme that we would like to apply to our portal. Now, for the theme, you will, if you click here, you will find some already created available themes, and you can choose and apply them. Or if you would like to personalize your own theme, you can click on the Add Theme button, give it a name. You can decide on the font family, and then select the colors that you would like to appear throughout the portal for the different sections. So you can click on the color palette and find your color, or if you're using a specific color code, you can copy paste it here. You can also decide on how the buttons, the button style will appear in the platform. As soon as you're ready, save it, and of course, select and apply to your portal. Now, the next option is our custom homepage. So remember the entry point that we've seen at the beginning of the webinar? This is where you can customize it. And here at the bottom, you will find the buttons, all the necessary buttons in order to combine up to 10 different sections. And these sections can be banners or some text and media or some featured courses that you would like to share with your users, or any key points. So when you are ready with the homepage, you can preview it at any point by clicking on the I button here at the top right of the screen. And if you are happy with the result, then you will find the publish button next to it, which right now is already enabled, and we have checked the custom homepage before. So There you go. And we also have one extra a custom field, so a custom section we can do in the branding. It's the default course image. So Danny showed us before how we can upload and create with the use of the AI different thumbnails for our courses. However, you can also upload your custom thumbnail image here, and every time you create a new course, this will appear instead of our smile image. So getting into scrolling up once again, and let's move to the users tab. This is where you can select your sign up method. So in TalentLMS, we can select the direct method, which means that we allow the users to create their own accounts, and they will be able to do that via the sign up button that will appear on the home page. And from the user verification here drop down list, you can select the method of your preference to validate those accounts. Now, if you would like to have more control over the user accounts, you can select them manually from admin, which means that the admins will be responsible for the user creation, and the sign up button here, we will find the custom user fields section. So these custom fields you can create additional custom fields in order to add more information about the user in the user profile. So by clicking on the add field, you can type a name, select the type of the custom field, and also you can make it mandatory and visible on reports, and you can create up to 100 different custom fields, so they will appear like a list here. So this is what we have created so far. And since I'm talking about the users, I would like to pass to the next tab and talk a little bit about the user types, which help you specify what the users will do inside the system. So you have four default user types, a super admin, admin type, trainer type, and learner type. And as an admin, you also have the power to customize the permissions of the different user types, the already existing user types, except from the super admin, who has the power and to have access to all the features inside the platform, and you cannot be editing this user type. Except from personalizing the different user types, you can also click on the add user type and create a new user type from scratch, give it a name, and select through the different admin, instructor, learner, and general permissions, save it, and you can create as many user types as you want. Here you can see one that we have created, an assistant instructor for our portal here. So moving now to the courses tab, and talking about customization. Here we can customize our own certificates. Danny mentioned before that we can do it. So this is where we can find the section of the certificates in order to create as many as we wish. You will already find in your portal some available ones just to help you get started. And you can of course click here to edit them. And you can, of course, click on the Add Certificate button, type the name of your personal certification. This is the certificate body, so the text that will be appearing in the certificate, and this is HTML code. You can also apply smart tags on the certificate that will be populating the relevant information for the courses, the users, the expiration date of the certificate. And you can select from the templates that we have available here, or if you have your own background, maybe with the logo of your company, you can drag and drop it here and save your new certificate. So you will end up having a long list of different certifications that you can add to your courses. And last thing, I think, yes, from the account settings, I would like to talk about the gamification feature. So the gamification feature helps us promote course adoption and make training more fun. By default, it is already enabled in your system, and a good practice will be to set it up at the beginning of the creation of the portal because it's not working retrospectively. So when it comes to the different gamification settings that you have available here, you can use the points to award your users about the different actions that they take inside the platform. So you have different actions here, and you can that you can enable or disable, and you can also edit or type the points that you would like to give out to your users. You have the badges to highlight the milestones in the learning journey of your users, and once again, you can select the different activity badges. The milestones are already set up here, but you can customize the badges appearing in your portal. So you can select from our list of badges, or if you want to take it one step further, you can edit the badges by uploading your custom images and also typing a different name for the badges. You have the levels to represent the stages in the user's learning journey. And if you are selling your courses, you can use the reward setting in order to offer discounts on the courses. Now, the leaderboard, we have seen it before from the learner's dashboard, and you can enable for here and decide on what is going to appear. And I think, and don't forget, once again, to save your settings. So that is about the accountant settings. And let's now talk a little bit about the different scenario. If we would like this is about the accountant settings of the main portal, but what if we would like to train audience in different training environments? What if you have like internal employees, your customers and your partners, and you would like to offer them training in different environments, customized maybe, and all happening and being managed from the same account? I'm talking about our very popular branches feature. The branches are independent subportals with their own administration and branding and their own sets of rules, users, and courses. So you can, as soon as you enter the branches, you will see the list of the different brands we have already created, and you can click the Add Brands button to add your own. To save us some time here, I'm going to just click on the Edit button of an already created brands. And if we go through the Info tab, you will see that we have some similar settings of the main portal. So by giving a name to our brands, this will create an independent portal URL. This is where the users of the brands are going to log in from. The title and description for the search engines, and here you will find again the branding section. You can have a different theme for your brands and also a different custom homepage. So all this can be customized. And of course, as soon as you set the settings, configure the settings of the brands, you can also add the courses that are going to be available in the branches in separate course catalog by clicking Add to the Brands and adding your users from your users list here in order to restrict them to these brands. And apart from the branches feature, another popular feature of TalentLMS that will help you save time, especially in course assignment, is the groups. So with the groups feature, you can bring together learners who need to be assigned to a common set of courses. Like, for example, if you're training, you have a different training for different departments, the groups can help you create this different training and assign the courses to the correct teams. So it's really easy to create different groups, and there is no limit about the groups that you're going to create. So let's click on the Add Group here and create from scratch one group together. Let's create a group about our new hires. And also we can give a short description here. The description is going to appear only on the administrators of the platform, just to know what this group is about. And let me also click this auto enroll users to courses option in order to automatically enroll our users to the group courses. So as soon as I click save to save for my group settings, the system will take me to the users tab, but a good practice would be to go to the courses first, and let me just add here the training that is going to be assigned to our new hires. Let's imagine that. So we have 4 courses, and now we're ready to add the users. So from the users list, I can add my users like this. Okay. And let me add one more here. Okay. So here we see the names of the users and also the user types, but also we see these two numbers. The second number is how many courses we have inside this group. We have added as a training, and the first number is how many of these group courses are assigned to our users. And because we clicked the auto enroll option, so the users were automatically added to all the group training. Now, if we prefer to not automatically enroll them, we can go with the more manual way to click on the Mass Actions button and enroll users in group courses. So what about the communication with our learners? This can be achieved if we would like to automate and save us some time for a communication. We can use the notifications feature in order to create automated emails that will be triggered under certain events for example, some course assignments or course expirations or user creations. By default, once again, you have some notifications just to get you, just to help you get started, and you can add as many as you want by clicking on the Add Notification button. So to save us some time here, let me just edit. So click edit to check one of the most common notifications that we would like to automate, the welcome emails, as soon as you create a user account. So this is the name of the notification and then the event when it's triggered. You need to decide on the recipient that would be the related user, and this is the email that are going to receive. In the message body, the first line will always be the subject of the email, and you can also use the smart tags, the dynamic fields, to populate the relevant information here. And you will have some filters also in the different notifications if you want to use them. And just make sure to have them as active in order for the notification to be triggered and for the automated email to be sent out to your users. And I think we have explored the main domain and brand setup, the groups also in order to assign courses, the communication between the users. So now, last question, how we create the users. Of course, we can click on the users option here from our menu and add our users manually one by one. But we also can massively upload our users using the import. So from account and settings and import, you can download this sample Excel file. And let me show you how it will look like. Okay, so sorry for the delay. Just one moment. So here we have our file. In order to upload massively the users, you will use this users tab. And here you will need to create the username, first name, last name, and email. And you can also add some more information for the users. So if you want to know more about the import, now in the chat you will find our detailed article about how to import data in TalentLMS. And we're getting very close to our Q&A. But before we jump into your questions, Danny, I'm going to pass the mic once back to you in order to give us some insight about the reporting in TalentLMS. So there you go.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Anastasia. So while Anastasia is gathering the questions up in the background, let's jump into a very quick reports roundup in TalentLMS. Now, reports are very important within TalentLMS. And as you can see here, if we navigate over to our reports section, we can see all of the different types of reports available to us. Before I do that, if we click on the reports here, This will give us some general metrics of our entire portal, from an overview to the portal activity, course completions, for example. And if you're looking to get a detailed report on this, what you can do is you can click over here on training progress, and this will download the Excel file with all of the data from your portal. So you can keep that also as a backup as well. So we find that in the overview tab. If we move over to the training matrix, this is a fantastic tool in TalentLMS. It allows us to get a snapshot of our entire organization's training progress within the LMS at any given time. As you can see here at the top, we have all of our courses listed. And on the left-hand side, all of our learners. And the training matrix is color-coded to indicate where people are, or where your users are within these courses. So green obviously indicates completed. You've got dark grey for not started, light grey means that they're not enrolled, and you've also got here the in progress in orange as well. And as you've noticed, you can also play around with the configuration here in the view section, so you can include the percentages on the progress over there. And you can also filter the training matrix by group or branch, for example. So if you want to get, as Anastasia was mentioning earlier, if you're structuring your portal, separating out your training, you can also get detailed training matrix on your groups and branches at the same time. So let's look at very quickly the different types of reports available. So we've got user reports, your course reports. You can also get specific branch and group reports for the ones that you create inside the system. You've got your learning activities reports, so anything related to the tests and the surveys that we looked at earlier, the assignments, for example. From here, you can also access your training matrix. We also have a timeline here, also available on the left-hand side here, which gives us a rundown of all the key events that have happened within your LMS. And of course, you can also search by event, by user, by course for a date range as well. Now, to give you a very quick example of the course reports here, let's dive in. Here we can see all of the course reports that we have, all the courses, the assigned learners, the completed learners, for example. And then if we go ahead and click into a course of our choice, again, we get the overview page with our metrics for that course. We have the opportunity here to export in Excel, and in TalentLMS, pretty much all the reports, you can schedule them. So you can schedule these reports to be sent out weekly or monthly. You can choose, of course, when it's sent out during the week or during that month, and have them repeat and send out to specific custom recipients. So these users don't need to have a TalentLMS account. They just need an email address. So if you need to make sure that everybody's informed on the training, you can go ahead and schedule these reports, and that saves you a lot of administrative time at the same time as well. Moving along in the course reports, you've also got the users tab here. So within the course report, you can see at any time the users that are enrolled and their progress within that course. So we can see here some various stages with our users. We have the unit matrix as well. This gives us a color-coded detailed breakdown of the units within that course. So very similar to the training matrix, which gives you everything within the organization. Here we have a breakdown per unit within that course. So you can see exactly where your users are within that course. And you have the timeline as well. I have about a minute left, and I think that will be enough time to get us through the custom reports, which is our final report that I want to show you today. Custom reports are special in that they allow you to create your own rules to build the data that you want. So you can create custom reports on specific users. You can build custom reports on learning progress. And from the rules that we have here, for example, belong to a group, you can specify the group, have a course, have not completed a course, have started, not completed a course. You can generate and drive the data that you need. You can create a combination of 5 different rules here to bring the data back. And through the output section, you can also determine the columns that are going to appear in your custom report. To save us a bit of time, here's one I created earlier on my active users. And from here, you also get the mass actions feature. So you can interact with these users. Not only does it allow you to drive the data, it allows you to send messages to these users in bulk. You can go ahead and add them to a new group, enroll them to a course, or unenroll them from a course, for example. So not only does it drive your data, it allows you to also carry out some much needed housekeeping if that ever comes up as well, organizing your portal and your users from here as well. And of course, it goes without saying that any custom reports that you create, they essentially live inside your platform for forever. So you can at any time go back and see your custom reports here and be up to date with the data that's shown live here. And with that, I think we're just on point to go into the questions. Anastasia, I'm really looking forward to what kinds of questions the users have submitted today. So let's go.
Yes, let's start, Danny. So you can also get your questions and also take like a deep breath. So I will answer the questions coming from Ryan, and let me just share once more my screen. All right, there we go. So Ryan is asking about some advice about course creation, and the question is like that he has a PowerPoint, and if we can import the PowerPoint and have the TalentLMS create a unit per slide. So this is something that we cannot do, but then you can import 100% your presentation. So the entire presentation will come up like Danny showed before. And let me just enroll myself. So here, sorry, just really quickly in order to show you. All right. So from the add button here, you can add your PowerPoint presentation. And if you would like to create a different unit per slide, so it needs to be, you need to add as many presentation units as your slides. And then Raina is also asking if we recommend structuring the courses by having a unit like a concept, and so that each unit covers a concept. I guess each course covers a concept, or using multiple units to cover that specific concept, and then a test on the concept. Okay, I think I understand what you what you wanted to share here, Danny. So yes, it's a very good practice if you create short course units, in order to have like micro learning for your users, and create as many as you want, and then a test just to check on just to test their knowledge on the content that you have shared before. So I hope I've answered your questions, and this information helped you. Now, let's go to Lucia's question, and she's asking if it's possible to create custom notifications that are triggered by specific course actions. Yes, great question, Lucia. So we saw before how we can add the notification events, and if we just click on an already created notification, you will see that there is a filter here. So let me just filter or edit like a notification about course assignments. So here you will find the filter that is about courses. If you just want this notification to be triggered for specific courses, then you can select the courses that you would like to the notification to be triggered here. And you can also use this one if you would like to apply the notification for all the courses, but these two. So hope I helped you with that. Then Natalie asks, great question, if we can create groups inside branches. Yes, we can do that. And before, I think I didn't mention that the number of the branches admins can create depend on the subscription, on their subscription plan. So you can create if you can create the branches, and as soon as you add them, let me use this one and enroll myself to the branch just to show you very quickly that here. So if I click to this branch, I will find the custom training environment I have created. And from the menu at the left, you will see that there is the groups option. So you can create your groups inside the branches. Of course, there is an alternative way because in TalentLMS we have like workarounds for every case. So you can either be part of the branch and create your groups inside the branch, or you can go to your already created groups and you will find at the info tab that there is an option to select the branch you would like this group to be included to. So hope this helped. Now, I think I have time for one more question and then I pass the mic to you, Danny. So let me choose this one about Vince. Yes, Vince, he's talking about the auto-enroll option and groups. So he's asking something really interesting. If we have created, so the exact question is like, if the auto-enroll option is enabled, will users already in that group be automatically enrolled in any new courses added to the group? So not exactly. So if you have already created a group and clicked on the auto enroll button here, and then you decide that you would like this new hires training to include one more course, then the users already in the group will not be automatically enrolled to the course, as you can see from the numbers here. We need to click on the mass actions and enroll users in group courses in order for them to be assigned to these group courses. So Danny, I will give you the floor to answer some more questions, and then I think it will be time to wrap up.
Perfect. Thank you, Anastasia. So yes, we do have a question here from Craig, which I would like to answer live here and just give you a quick look at that. Craig was asking about how we can potentially copy courses to other branches and how that sort of works with different languages. So I'd like to kind of clarify on that a little bit. So if we head into the courses over here, there are two things that you can do when it comes to like copying courses in TalentLMS. Okay, if we go over to the flipped learning course that I set up earlier, you have the option to clone this course. So if I click clone, this will make an exact copy of that course. Okay, so as you can see, it's just appeared up here. So and it also tells you, it always tell you in the title that it's a clone of the course. Okay, and also in the code, if you set up a specific course code, it's going to tell you that it's a cloned course. Now, let's say that you want to have starting as a baseline, have a course that you want to clone and then assign to two different branches. So I have this course here. I've made the clone of the course. If you click into the course there, you can see the users. You can also see the branches. So if you want to add this course to a branch, you can go ahead and add it to the relevant branch over there as well. The advantage there is if you're working with different branches, you can have different copies of the course because the different branches may have evolving needs with that course, and you may need to perhaps present some varied content within that course. So that's the advantage that it gives you. The second thing that I mentioned a bit earlier actually is the ability to clone and translate courses with AI. Now, just to clarify, this feature is available on Pro plans and higher. So if you are on a Pro plan, you have the ability here to clone and translate with AI the course. And while Anastasia was answering the questions there in the background, I was just sort of playing around with this feature, and I cloned and translated my course into Spanish. So just for you to see, this is what it would look like. We remember we had all the video units we saw earlier. We had the embedded iframe, for example. We had the presentation, everything like that. We had the TalentCraft unit. So these have been translated by the AI. So it's the same feature there. So you have two options. You can go ahead and clone courses, copy them in that way. If you're on the Pro plans, you also have the option to translate into the other languages. If you don't currently have the translation option there for cloning, keep in mind, as I showed you earlier, you can translate parts of your course into other languages using the AI formatting tools that we looked at earlier, just to kind of give an example here. If we go into this one over here, okay, you can go ahead and translate the courses. So you don't have to rebuild them from scratch. You're always going to have some kind of base there to work with. So I hope that finishes the any doubts there, and I hope that answers your question, Craig, as well. I did have another couple of questions here from Chris. Chris asked a couple of questions to do with user types, and I think this is a nice one to cover. It's a great question, Chris. So first of all, Chris asks us, how many user types can we create inside of Talent LMS? The answer is there's no limit. So you can create as many user types as you want inside of Talent LMS. You can add them from here, as Anastasia showed us earlier. And Chris kind of had an add-on question to that, which had to do with courses. Earlier, I was showing you how we can register users to courses, and Chris has asked us, is it possible for learners, users to unenroll themselves from courses? And the answer is yes, if your users have the correct permission. So if we go into the user type for our learners over here, we can see the different permissions that they have. Okay, and this is a specific permission for the learner that falls under courses. And you can see here that this currently our learners, they do have the ability here to remove themselves from the course if this is checked. If I uncheck this, then our users will not be able to unenroll themselves from the courses. So what I'd recommend, good practice, is to have a look at your global settings, check out your user types, see what kinds of permissions your users have. What I find really helpful is to create perhaps like a test user type and play around with the permissions there. That's the best way to sort of figure out what kind of permissions they have and how that's going to affect them in the long run as well. So I really hope that answers your question as well, Chris. Thank you for asking us that. I'm just looking through some more questions here. We have a question from Natalie. Natalie was commenting on the learner dashboard, which is it's nice to explore this because it's always nice to see what our end users are going to see. We don't often get to see that as administrators. So if I switch my role to a learner here, we can see that as Anastasia showed us earlier, we have all of our activity going on. Natalie says that she really enjoys the way that the dashboards are set up for the learner, but sometimes it could feel a lot for them to take in. So would it be possible to somehow alter the look and feel of this? And the answer is yes. If we go in as an administrator, if we go to our account and settings, we can go into over here. If we scroll down. Sorry, 1 second.
It was there, Danny. Yes, the
I missed it,
users.
right?
Yeah, at the users tab from account and settings, you have the second option from the user defaults.
There we go. Yes,
Yes,
exactly. Thank you, Anastasia. It's always good to
you're
have two
welcome.
pairs of eyes
Of
on
course.
the portal. So simple learner dashboard. So if we switch this on over here, save the changes over there. Okay, that should work. Save that. Okay, close that. If we just switch over into the learner dashboard. Now, when we log in, we just have our courses displayed there. So if you don't want to overwhelm your users with too much information, then here we go. I think that's the best way to go. Your users will go in, they just see their courses and they can pick them up as they go along the way. So a nice simple way there to simplify your learners dashboard. And I think we're nearly out of time for today. I think
Yes.
we're coming to the end, right? So I think it's about time for us to start wrapping things up today.
Yes, Danny. So we had a lot of great questions, and we hope we've answered them all. At the background, Irini and Yanis did a great job answering all the rest questions that we couldn't answer live. So thank you all for joining today. And if you have more questions on the features we discussed, please feel free to send us an email to onboarding@talentlms.com. And of course, we're very excited to see your comments. So feel free also to follow the link posted right now in the chat and answer our survey. So again, once again, thank you all for joining. Thank you, Irini. Thank you, Janice. And thank you, Danny, for co-hosting this webinar with me.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you all for joining.
And until next time, happy training, everybody.